Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we will learn how to pass a slightly complex state to the reducer which we have created. So in the previous lecture we have used a reducer instead of using the regular state, and to this reducer we have simply passed in an empty value of a string here as a state value. But in real world scenarios the state value isn't going to be that simple, but instead it's going to be a little more complex, and henceforth instead of using a plain simple string here in order to represent our state, what we would now do instead is that we would represent the state in terms of an object. So let's go ahead and let's pass in an object here instead. So I'll remove these empty quotations from here and I'll add an object here, and inside this object we could now define our user. So initially our user was simply a plain simple string, but now the user has actually become an object. So what we would do now is we would say the object would contain the user, and right now as there's no user assigned, we will set a null value for this user. So this right here is our initial state. So whenever you load your application, the initial value of the user is going to be null. And now if you take a look at this right here is our state, and we have named our state as user, but the user state in itself contains a user object. So it's actually better if we name this to state. Alright, so now what we have up over here is we have a reducer and we have a state and a dispatch inside our reducer, and the initial value of the state is set to this object right here, and in this object we have the user set to null. So this is going to be our initial state. Now once you have passed this initial state up over here, you obviously cannot go ahead and pass in this user over here because we have renamed it to state. So over here I will simply replace this user with a state. Now what I would like to do here is that as this state is no longer a simple string but instead it's an object, I would like to actually copy all the attributes which this object might have. So when I say, alright, I want to get the state here, I actually want to go ahead and I want to copy all the properties of the object which I have from here. So in order to do that, I'll make use of a spread operator here along with this state. So what this essentially does is that it will take any properties which are present up over here. So apart from the user property here, you could also have any other property, like you might have the theme set to dark or light. So you could also have that information up over here. So whatever information you have is going to be copied whenever you pass this information to the provider. Now let's talk about the useReducer function, and let's learn how exactly we could modify this. So this particular reducer function is triggered whenever we perform some sort of an action here. So what we do here is that whenever we hit the login button, whatever input was entered inside this particular input field, this input's value, which is nothing but the value, was actually passed as a payload here. So for example, if I say that, alright, I want to log in as John, then the value John was passed to the payload here. Now once that value is passed to the payload, and if the action type was login, we used to return that particular payload value as a new state. But right now we have modified our state to look something like this, which is we have set the user to null. But when the user actually logs in, we want to set the value of the user not to null, but instead we want to set it equal to the action.payload. So over here, first of all, we need to return an object because our state now is an object. And inside this object, I need to say the user is now action.payload. So this actually takes care of the login. Now in case of logout, we used to set the user value to guest, but now we have to change the state's value from null to guest. So over here I would say, alright, even here I actually want to return an object and I want to set the user value to guest, and that's it. Once we have made these changes here, let's save this. And if we go to the login here, in login, as we are actually retrieving the state here from the context, we actually need to change this as well. So as we are using the user context is no longer going to return a plain simple user here like that and the dispatch action, but instead it's actually going to return a state. Therefore I actually have to go ahead and change this from user to state. So once we are done with this, we are now pretty much good to go. So let's see how this would work. So I'll now go back to the browser and let's log in as John. So if I click on login, as you can see, it says checkout as John. And now when I click on logout, as you can see, this changed to guest. So this is how you could go ahead and pass in a complex object as a state instead of using a plain simple string. So I hope this clarifies the concept of using a complex object as a state inside a reducer. So from the next lecture onwards, we'll start learning about hooks in React.